Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and now in this video we will be understanding the De-Broglie equation. So what happened in 1924 is that Louis de Broglie suggested that just as the light exhibits wave nature and particle nature, all microscopic particles will also possess wave nature and particle nature. Now what is the meaning of this? As we all know that light sometimes acts like a wave and sometimes it acts as a particle. So what Louis de Broglie said is that just like the light, all microscopic particles will also act as both wave and particle. So this was the suggestion given by Louis de Broglie. Now which are those microscopic particles? The microscopic particles like your electrons, protons, atoms, molecules, ions, etc. They will act like both wave and particle. So what Louis de Broglie said is that microscopic particles possess dual nature. Now what is the meaning of this dual nature? Which means that they possess particle nature as well as wave nature. And on the basis of this statement, he gave us a formula which consists of dual nature, which is particle nature and wave nature. So this is the formula given to us by De Broglie. He said that wavelength is equals to h upon p, where this p is nothing but your momentum. And as we all know that the formula for momentum is nothing but mass into velocity. So I have just substituted the value of p in this equation, where this lambda is nothing but the wavelength associated with microscopic particles, and this p, which is equals to mv, is nothing but your momentum. Now you might be noticing one thing, that here I have written wave nature and here I have written particle nature. See, as mentioned earlier, this formula is given to us considering both wave nature and particle nature. And as we all know that waves have wavelength. So in the form of wavelength, wave nature is present in this formula, and as we all know that particles have momentum. Waves do not have momentum. So particle nature is present in the form of momentum. So this formula consists of both, that is wave nature and particle nature. And as there is no need to mention that h is nothing but your Planck's constant. And what is the value of h? 6.22 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules seconds. Okay. And here we need to understand one definition, that is, what is matter waves? The waves associated with matter particles, that is the microscopic particles, are called as matter waves. Don't worry, I'll explain you all this. See, like the light consists of photon. Okay, so what I said, light consists of photon. Similarly, the matter waves consist of microscopic particles. Now again read the definition, you will get to understand it better. The waves associated with matter particles, which are microscopic particles, are called as matter waves. Now here we have written matter because microscopic particles are nothing but a form of matter only. So a generalized formula is given over here. Okay, now we might be wondering how he actually got this relation. So now let us understand that. Okay, so according to Planck's quantum theory, see, if you don't know what is Planck's quantum theory, then don't worry, I have already made a video on that. You can find the link in the description box below, or you can simply click on this I button over here. So according to Planck's quantum theory, E is equals to h mu. And what is this E? E is nothing but energy of photon. And this h is nothing but your Planck's constant, and this mu is nothing but frequency of light. Okay, and by Einstein's mass energy relationship, we all know that energy is equals to mc square, where this m is nothing but mass of photon and this c is nothing but speed of light. Okay, so basically first understand these two formulas. See, this E is nothing but energy of photon, and what is photon? Photon are small energy packets present in the form of light. Okay, this E is nothing but energy of photon, this h is Planck's constant, and this mu is frequency of light. Why we are taking frequency of light? Because photons are present in light only. And Einstein also gave us one relationship, that the energy of photon is equals to mass of photon into speed of light. Okay, now here if you observe carefully, in the equation 1 and in equation 2, the left hand sides are same. So if the left hand sides are same, then obviously this right hand sides should also be same. So we get a equation mc square is equals to h mu. Now what we will do ahead is that, since the value of frequency is nothing but c upon lambda, we must know this formula. It is a basic formula, that is frequency is equals to c upon lambda. So just substituting the value of frequency as c upon lambda, this is what the equation we get. And further on, by just rearranging those terms, we get the value of this lambda as h upon mc. Okay, so now just consider this formula, lambda is equals to h upon mc, where this lambda is nothing but wavelength of light, this m is nothing but mass of photon, and this c is nothing but speed of light. Now remember, in our first slide, what we did is that just as the light exhibits both, similarly microscopic particles will also exhibit dual nature. So now we will do, what we'll do is that we will convert this formula into microscopic particles formula. How we will do that? We will understand it now. Okay. So here, this formula is for light. Am I right? So now we are going to change this formula for light into formula for microscopic particles. Let's understand how. Lambda is equals to h upon mv, where this lambda is nothing but wavelength of matter waves. Okay, this lambda is nothing but wavelength of matter waves. As I said earlier, this m is nothing but mass of microparticles, and v is nothing but velocity of matter waves. See what I have done, I will explain it now. As I mentioned earlier, the light consists of photons and the matter waves consist of microparticles. So just I have changed the significance of this lambda, m and c with respect to microparticles. Here this formula is for photons and light. We are changing this formula to microscopic particles and matter waves. See, they are same only na. The smallest part of light is what? Photon. Here the smallest particle of matter wave is what? Microparticles. So I have just changed the significance of these terms as told to us by De-Broglie. So according to De-Broglie, if this formula is obeyed by light, so this formula will also be obeyed by all the microscopic particles. Now we will just what we'll do is simplify this diagram in terms, simplify this formula in terms of kinetic energy for solving numericals. So as we all know that kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. So what I will do is that I will just take this 2 on the left hand side, so it becomes 2 into kinetic energy is equals to mv square. Okay, and this, what I will do is now I will multiply m on both the sides, which is nothing but mass of microscopic particles. So m is multiplied on both the sides, and now we will be taking the square roots on both the sides. So after taking square roots, what we get is that 2 under root of 2m into kinetic energy is equals to mass into velocity. And from this relation of mass into velocity is equals to under root of 2 mke, we will get a formula for lambda, that is lambda is equals to h upon under root 2 mk. So what I have done, I just substituted the value of mv in this equation, that is h upon under root mk. So this is nothing but the simplified version of this formula. This formula is not asked many of the times, but it is asked in the competitive examinations while solving numericals. So this is the important formula which is given to us by De-Broglie. So guys, if you have liked this video, then please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and do check my channel where I have uploaded chemistry and physics videos. And guys, thanks for watching this video.